So take a look, and where's the high side of the system and where's the low side of the system?
From here?
Yeah. Because I basically have two valves here. I got a valve here, I got a backseating valve here, and I have a backseating valve here. Which is for the high side and which is for the low side?
This would be the high side? This will be the high side?
That's gotta be, why is that gotta be the high side?
What's that thing called?
The compressor. Oh, the compressor.
No.
Well, no, this is the receiver.
Receiver.
Okay, liquid receiver is located where?
Liquid.
Yeah, well, it goes with the line.
What side is that?
So it connects the condensate line to the liquid line. All right, good. So what I want you to do is let's go ahead and detach our hoses and put the hoses onto the appropriate ports.
Am I being recorded right now?
Yeah, we're gonna show this to your kids. And at your wedding.
Oh, great.
The third wedding, not the second.
Third wedding. Dang. No stranger to pain.
Here, man. Use both hands.
Oh, thank you. Unscrewing, screwing in. 5 times. Oh. Doing this. Wait. Yeah.
How about the other one?
Doesn't work in the other.
Well, you gotta line
There
up the
you
threads.
go.
Those darn threads.
You got it?
Ta-da.
All right, let's go ahead and turn on our refrigeration system. Let's take our service wrench. And what I want you to do then is mid-seat the low side valve. Okay? So mid-seat, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna crack it open, give it 2 or 3 turns, and I'm done. Okay? So did you play with that?
No way. I switched it back.
It was that nervous switch, right? All right. So which way we're gonna go with that?
Counterclockwise.
No,
Clockwise.
Clockwise. So make sure when you put that on there, it's gonna go clockwise. That's how you're gonna apply the pressure. It's clockwise. On both of them. Okay. All right, so what we got? Get used to this, okay? Wherever your equipment is, you never have enough room. There you go. All right, so you cracked it open. Give it a couple turns. It's close enough for government work. I like it. You're good. Good, okay. All right, now don't play with it. Okay. And then turn it upside down and put it on there. And when you do that, hold the receiver a little bit because you're getting loose. Yeah, there you go. All right, hang on. There you go. All right, open and get a couple turns. More or get another one. Yeah, I know you got these, square pegs and round things. All right, you good? All right, I think we're good. All right, so just set that aside. We're done using our tool right now. What are my pressures in my system? What are my operating pressures? Okay. Yeah, well, this morning we had a minor accident with this unit. They opened up the valve before they put the hose on it. I hate when that happens. All right, so this is what I want you to do. We're going to clear the high side hose, okay? So in order to clear the high side hose, what do I need to do? Back seat the valve. So now you get to play with this again, okay? So you just switch it. All right, that should be going counterclockwise. Now, if you want, we can turn it over and verify that. It's going counterclockwise. Verify that for me. Counterclockwise?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so turn it upside down, put it on there. Quarter. No, the other way. There you go. This is upside down. All right, just stem should be coming out. Keep going. All right. Yeah, hang on to that. Okay, good. It's good. We're good. All right. So let's go ahead and let's remove the hose.
It's got a big leak. It's 134. Look at the
Should be solid, right?
on 134.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put it back onto the stem, all right? Because we don't want to, leave our hoses just dangling. We'll put it back on the post there.
No bueno.
All right. Now, this is not as dramatic as it was in the morning because I guess I
Yeah, that's
didn't
why it's-
realize how
that's
much
why it's frozen.
refrigerant we really did lose.
Because
Okay,
the,
but what I want to do is I want to show you guys that what's in here, you might want to step back a little bit, is liquid refrigerant. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you guys know that I'm not lying to you. Liquid refrigerants inside this hose. Okay? So I want you guys to know that I'm not lying about the refrigerant, the hose that's in here. I mean, the refrigerant that's in the hose, rather. Okay, so we're going to tighten this back up again.
yeah.
Alright. Here's your test, Daniel. Connect this again and open it. Alright, we got to put some refrigerant back in it so we can clear the hose, okay?
The 134.
No. The access port.
They use that in a lot of cars.
Okay.
Cars have that.
Yeah.
You can buy those little
Alright,
outlets and do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
so now we have to do
I
play
had
the
to do
rest,
that.
right?
AC, go ahead and do it yourself.
Which way is that going to go now?
It does.
Clockwise.
Until the leaks out. Then you buy another one.
Hold on to that receiver right here, okay?
I got a question, Professor. Your hoses, do they contaminants go in there and get into the systems?
If you leave liquid refrigerant and go from one to the other, from one like
Well, you see,
134
this is what it comes right down to, okay? Because after we clear the hose, right, we just have residual in here, okay? There's a low loss fitting in here, so I'm not worried about any contaminants getting in here. Right? But you see, the thing is, I don't know, you closed it before, I don't know, did you hurt it?
No, I didn't.
Is it open?
Should be closed.
Open it. You're opening it, okay?
The setting.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's going clockwise.
It's just when I was turning back, it wasn't going.
All right. Well. Okay. So let's just get in there and open it. I don't know. No, leave that on there. No. Go open the valve. Open the valve. We gotta open the valve. We gotta put some refrigerant in that hose. So we can clear it.
What if he holds it? I guess it's right.
Okay. Come on.
Now you go back.
Yeah. Here you go. You hurt the clothes, right, Hercules? All right. That's good. All right. Now that we got refrigerant back into the hose, right? I can tell by the high side pressure. Close it.
Okay.
Pull the snugger.
Just like them, yeah.
And then oh, that's good. Yeah? All right. Let's take the hose off. Put it back on its stem. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this high pressure refrigerant liquid and we're going to move it to the low side of our system. Okay? So in order to do that, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to open up the low side valve, all right? I'm going to open up the high side valve. I want you guys to look at the sight glass here because you will see liquid refrigerant, vaporizing here, and you see a spike in the low side gauge. Okay? See all that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see how that needle went up?
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes back down, it stops, and basically both sides are at the same pressure. I know that I'm done. Okay? So I'm just going to close this up. Close this up. What I've done is I've effectively now cleared the high side hose. I've taken the liquid out of this hose, I put it right back into my refrigeration system on the low side of my system. So let's go ahead and back seat the low side valve. Because we're going to take our low side hose off.
Counterclockwise.
No, aren't you going to leave it the same? Because I just closed the other valve, right?
Just check it, make sure it's on counterclockwise.
Yeah, make sure
Yeah.
it's counterclockwise.
Check with your hand. Yep. Yeah.
Wrong way, bud.
Yeah.
Jeez, come on. Flip the wrench over. You flip the wrench over, it goes the other way, right?
I think so, right?
Yeah. So you don't even need to mess with the switch.
Yeah, because you can put both sides. It has two sizes. One side's different, no? But you can push it through.
Stem going out or stem going in?
Right.
Rotate the wrench.
Yeah, it looks like it's going. Which way are we going?
What happens if you
we're
rotate the
going
wrench?
clockwise.
What happens if you
not
rotate the wrench?
counterclockwise?
Yeah.
You're driving the stem in. Can you see how it's going to get
Do you need to
forward?
mess with the switch at all?
Can you just flip the wrench over, sir?
No, you can't on
can't.
this one because it's a different size than opposite end.
No. Flip it. Like use the other.
No, this isn't that type of wrench. The wrench that I passed around yesterday.
You can't flip it around? Oh, this is a different
Different
size. right
size.
here? Okay.
Okay.
It's 4 sizes.
Right.
Dude.
We got 4 sizes. Okay, we're close? I don't know. We'll find out when you take the hose off. Right?
I think I might try to raise it.
Oh, I guess it isn't closed all the way, is it?
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm nice and snug?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's take the hose off.
Moment of truth. Yeah.
Isn't that nice? That's all we want is low pressure. Go ahead and put that back down here.
It's pulling through here. It's blowing out here.
Oh, this one's backwards.
Backwards.
Ah. Most of the time they blow that way.
So, go ahead and grab your gauges here. Yep. Alright, so with confidence, Danny here is going to go ahead and loosen this right here to prove that there's low side vapor. No glove, no nothing. Low side vapor, okay? Okay, so just open it up this way, okay?
Look at the bright side. If you remove your fingerprints, you can rob a bank.
Go on. What is
Yeah.
it?
De minimis release.
There you go.
That's right.
That's what we're going for. Okay, alright, that's enough. That's enough. We
That is
released
not
it, right?
illegal,
And it's down
right?
to 0.
Okay.
Okay. This is what we're going to do. I want to see everyone do it. Okay? So we're going to have like 4 of these going here. And we'll go from person to person. What I want to see you is backseat the valve, clear the high side hose, take the low side hose off. Okay? So. In, good.
See how much time you can save, Rob, by just venting it?
I know.
Okay, so let's take the yellow hose right there. And we're going to put the straight end, and attach it to here, the out.
The point is the 80% capacity, and then the 1.21 is the specific one is the actual.
And then we're going to take the other end of the yellow hose and attach it to the vapor side of our recovery cylinder.
Vapor?
Uh-huh.
So is that blue?
No, we'll read the thing. It may or may not, I don't know.
Okay.
Read that, because some are blue and some aren't.
I just thought the low side, you know?
Well, I know, but it's not necessarily intuitive, okay? All right. What's that?
It's, I don't know, I was waiting for the oil pressure to build up, but it didn't, and it doesn't seem to work.
It's not working? I work for me.
Oh,
That's me.
oh, it's his, okay, it's his toy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering why you're bringing it in here, because I would say, why are you bringing your junk into my room? All right, so this is what we're gonna do, all right? Because I know I've got air, non-condensables in here. I know I've got air and non-condensables in here. I do not want this to go into my recovery cylinder, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use system pressure to purge the hoses. So go ahead and open up the high side and the low side hand valve. Okay? Go ahead and open up the yellow hose, the center hose there. Okay? Now what I've just done is I've just put pressure refrigerant on this hose. I'm going to purge it right here. Okay? So go ahead and loosen that up so it goes. Hear that? Mm-hmm. All right, close it up. I purged this hose. All the non-condensers are out. So go ahead and open the inlet valve. Open the outlet valve. Now, I got refrigerant pressure in this hose, right? So what I'm going to do? I'm going to purge it right here. So go ahead and purge it right there. Good. All right, close her up. Open the valve to the recovery cylinder. Now what we're going to do is when we turn on the recovery machine, we're going to recover the refrigerant to 10 to 15 inches of mercury vacuum. So go ahead and turn it on, Justin. All right, good. Plug it in.
Right in front of you.
All right, go ahead and turn the power on. So we're going to watch the low side pressure gauge. When the low side pressure gauge gets down to 10 to 15 inches of mercury vacuum, we're done recovering, okay? And so when we're done recovering, the first thing we're going to do is close the hand valves to my system, because why? I want to protect the integrity of the system, okay? So whatever you do on this manifold gauge, you always consider the integrity of your mechanical system. All right?
Yeah.
All right. All right, we have a little, what do I do right now, all you service techs?
Play with your phone.
Yeah, there you go. Play with your phone. No, actually, you probably, if this is an installation over there, you might be wiring your system or doing whatever, right? So this is just the part where we're gonna kind of have to wait. Just open up all the way.
How long does it usually take a system this size?
Yeah, it depends.
Depends on the size of the hose and the size
Yeah.
of the system, right?
So we may be at it for about 10 minutes or so.
Now I know why this is good for business. Because time is money, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's why, like I say, good service techs are going to be doing something else while he's doing this.
Well, you get to bill the customer for how long this takes, you know,
Yeah,
per hour.
that's it, yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So the recovery machine pulls a slight vacuum itself.
Yeah, I would
Not,
have to.
not much, right?
Almost at zero. You said 10, right?
10 inches of mercury vacuum.
Yeah,
10
below.
to 15 inches of mercury vacuum in manifold.
So like 0, 30. How far of a vacuum will this pull?
It'll probably pull it all the way down if I let it go long enough.
Like a 30?
But it's not designed to do that.
Is that the Appion machine?
No.
No?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Are you about there?
Yeah. Between 10 and 15.
All right, you kind of pull it. You're pulling it. All right, so Justin, let's go ahead and close the low side and the high side. Isolate our system first. Okay, close it. The other way. There you go. Let's close the center hole. All right, now let's go ahead and close the inlet to my recovery machine. Close that. All right, we'll let that go for just a second or so. Go ahead and close the out. Turn off power. Close the recovery cylinder.
Shut off from the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Closing.
Yep. Because the first thing I do is isolate my equipment. Okay. All right, good. So let's go ahead and remove the hose. Whoop, I guess we do have a little liquid in there this time, huh? All right, go ahead, a little more. So if you get a little liquid, just back your hand away from it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you have refrigerant in your hand?
No, it hurts a little bit.
Well, why don't you go wash your hands? All right. Okay. So, seeing you're standing here, all right? Let's go ahead and take this off.
Next in line.
Next
Isn't that the way it works?
next
Yeah.
victim.
Okay, and then let's go ahead and attach our center hose and put it back on the stem right here. I suppose if I would have let it run a little bit longer, maybe would have reduced some of that, refrigerant that was in the hose. Let's go ahead and unplug our machine.
After the system is isolated, you mean?
Yeah. And after we close the inlet to the recovery machine.
Yeah, I got a question, sir. Now that we've, should we weigh it again, and that way we know how much refrigerant the system holds, or is that still not
There's still some in here.
still some in there? huh?
Right?
Yeah.
Because we only pulled it down to 15 inches of mercury vacuum, between 10 and 15. So there's still refrigerant in there.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and put our recovery machine back on our little cart there. Let's take our recovery cylinder and let's do the same thing. Let's kind of keep our workspace kind of cleaned up here.
What was that, 19?
What's that? Is that 19?
It was at 19.
All right, so that's gotta come
Wait.
this way
I
more.
don't remember what it was.
It was at 17.
So it's like 2 pounds?
The front
Yeah.
needs to be facing right here, okay?
It was
That's
at
not-
17.15, right?
Yeah, that's because there's not a long line set.
Yeah. So it's only like 2 pounds.
You know.
But it's still.
All right, who's the hose on that?
Oh, I know.
Like when you have like a house air conditioner and you have a real long line set, it has a lot. What's that?
How much yours?
I have the one similar to that.
Well, he was.
Oh, I was wondering where you're hiding there. Come back over here.
Rearrange your workspace.
Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we need to put our micron gauge onto the low side of our system. So Justin, I want you to go ahead and back seat the low side, okay? Back seat the low side valve. And
Can
take
you use
the
the
low
same
side.
wrench? I already turned it back for you.
Do you trust them?
I have to.
What do you mean you have to?
It works with me.
Like,
Oh, the back end.
That's correct.
Said low side, right?
Yes, sir.
It's really easy because the vacuum always has like the big CFM on it.
No, I wasn't here for that.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, yeah, that's right.
just fucking.
Looks fancy.
Wow,
That's a good one.
Is it going up or coming, or is it going in?
Yeah.
Oh, the stem's going in, right? Oh, yeah?
Did you click the switch?
Yeah, it looks better. Stem coming out, right?
Yep.
That's what we want.
Man, that's a long.
All right, so let's go ahead and take the low side hose off. Let's go ahead and attach it to the side of our micron gauge. Let's go grab this blue hose here and let's connect the other side of the manifold gauge back to the low side of my system. Yeah, crimped into the system. All right, let's make sure our connections are nice and tight. All right, so if you notice how I got the micron gauge kind of set up here, I put a ball valve on it, okay? So this ball valve is gonna protect it from any other pressure besides pressures less than atmospheric pressure. You can use it, you don't have to use it, because basically this is probably okay for low side pressure. But if you feel better, you can put this on here. Just remember, anytime I have an extra connection, what am I doing? Possible place for a leak, okay? All right, so now at this point in time, do not open that low side valve. How come? Why don't I want to open up that low side valve right now?
It'll pull a bunch of
Is what?
Oh,
It'll pull,
Well, it's got pressure, right?
Yeah.
What pressure? Yeah.
negative, it'll pull
Negative.
air into the system.
Right, because you gotta
Yeah.
remember, I've left the system what?
Oh,
10 inches of mercury vacuum.
right.
I just open up my hoses to what? Atmospheric pressure.
Right.
So I got air and non-condensables in it. So in the evacuation process, what I really want to do is go ahead and evacuate the hoses first
Right.
before I open this thing up. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at this vacuum pump. I'm gonna just steal your stardom for a minute here, okay? All right. So I think we kind of looked at it before, right? And we kind of saw Steve's vacuum pump and stuff like that. So this is all set up. I got a nice little area. Here's my oil. And when I plug it in, you're gonna see this will be nicely backlit so I can see it. We have an extra container right here that's empty, and basically if I wanna change the oil, I just turn the knob, drop the oil, I have another one of these containers, and I just fill the oil right here in the oil fill spot. This over here is the exhaust, okay? It's set up that I can actually get an attachment, and then I can remote the exhaust to somewhere else in case I'm working into a confined space, that type of thing. On the back of this unit right here, this is the gas ballast valve, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up when I start, because what that's gonna do is gonna allow me to vent all those non-condensables. Instead of putting them in my oil, I'm gonna vent the non-condensables, because the non-condensables are probably one of the first things that actually comes out when I evacuate a system, okay? So when I get microns down to about 3,000, maybe 2,500, something like that, then I want to close the gas ballast valve for the rest of the evacuation process. On the side here, what I got? Different sizes for different hose connections, right? The hose connections are going to vary based upon my manifold and the hoses that I have. So let's go ahead and let's connect my evacuation hose here, the black one, to the appropriate connection on the vacuum pump. It's really important, you see these little caps? Don't lose them. Okay? Because, you know, if these aren't on there snug, you're never going to pull a vacuum. Okay? Go ahead, attach it.
Which one?
This one right here. All right, good. So let's go ahead and open up our gas ballast valve. And then a little red light will turn on. Ah, how pretty is that? Let's turn on our vacuum pump. Okay, so now I turn on my vacuum pump. What am I doing? I'm evacuating my center hose, right? So let's go ahead and open up center hose there. Open up the low side. Oh, listen, those non-condensable as well. Let's open up the high side. Now that I've evacuated my hoses and I'm starting to evacuate the system, let's go ahead and open up the low side. Which way am I going to go? Clockwise. Clockwise to open. Going counterclockwise. There you go. Alright, let's turn on our micron gauge and open up the ball valve there.
Hold it for a few
Yeah, hold
seconds.
it. There you go. right, go ahead and open this valve up. Yeah, keep it up. All right, so we've already pulled it down to 1,000 microns. Let's go ahead and close the gas and galley valve. What do I want to evacuate to? 500 microns. All right, here's the waiting game. Again.
Patience.
Are you guys spoiled with the steel piece? I don't know. I just had all kinds of rumbling at 7 o'clock this morning because when the sophomores saw that we had steel piece, we had to use some filthy JV last year, right?
That's what we have to
I
use
don't
the
know.
word.
Huh?
So we're gonna have to use the word.
I'm sorry. Where are we, Justin? What's that meeting?
830.
8:30.
Yeah.
830 what?
Microns.
Good. What do I need?
500.
Because see, the thing is it's exhausting. Okay? I mean, you can lose it if you want, but
Hard to find
but there's no reason to because you see the thing is when you look at this, right? It's threaded all the way up.
Hey, you know what? When you took that off, it's moving a lot faster now.
Is it?
Yeah.
How about that?
It was stuck at
I
8:30.
guess we're learning something new here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's weird though, because it
Well, yeah, because think of it, it's like you're breathing and it's choking you, right?
Seal though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No, it
wondering.
doesn't, because see,
why
that's
wasn't
as
the
far as the
other-
thread
yeah.
goes, and so you can see the top part here, right?
It's all open.
Yeah,
weird.
it's all open.
Yeah.
So you're exhausting, you're just not getting that,
No back pressure.
that exactly.
That's nice.
Yeah, nice.
Why?
Oh, yeah. tell me about it.
I don't know how they last compared to the other ones.
What's that?
We have a pyramid of like the other ones.
No, the
These are-
Atheon government machines, we got 8 of them. That are all broken.
Broken?
Yeah,
How
there's like
did
a
it
pyramid
break?
of
That's why I bought the field piece one. They showed the guy in the demonstration video. He was on the roof and he threw it off and he went down and he picked it up and it still worked.
Yeah, so we need to stop buying those Atheon ones.
Really? Because I was always under the impression that the Afghan was the top of the line with this stuff.
I don't know. They don't last that long,
Huh.
seems like. Or our guys are just not careful. I don't know.
I remember when you did the module, you said something about maybe they're not purging it, or don't you have to get the refrigerant out of it at the end, or
Oh, the recovery machine?
Yeah.
Those are the old ones.
the old ones?
Yeah. I guess what I really do is kind of take a look at that and maybe redo that a little bit because, no, there's no purge in those anymore.
That's because these
No
pull
more.
a vacuum.
Yeah.
Or the new ones pull a vacuum.
Oh, do
That's
they?
why.
Huh?
Well, the Atheon ones can pull it. The old ones did used to pull a vacuum.
Right, they could.
Okay.
That's why you'd have to
yeah.
purge it.
You're right. You're right. That's pretty awesome. Maybe they're using them as a vacuum pump.
All right, so to save a little time right now, Justin, what I want you to do is I want you to isolate the system.
See someone on a,
How
on
do
a
I
vacuum
isolate
with
the system?
with the fucking ATM machine on a recovery cylinder. What the hell are you doing? It pulls a vacuum.
If it
All right, you're gonna
works,
close
it
your
works.
high side and low
For
side
a
valve.
week, right?
So
When you break
we're
it.
going to ensure the integrity of our system, right? We close the hand valves first. Go close, close the center. All right, turn off your vacuum pump. All right, so how are we doing as far as holding our vacuum is concerned?
What?
We're at 700.
Yeah, it's going up a little bit. How come it's going up a little bit? What's that an indication?
It's got a leak.
Moisture.
Probably moisture in the system more than anything else, right? Where's the moisture in this system?
The filter dryer.
Yeah, there you go, right? Because I can verify that with the sight glass. When I look at that litmus in the middle of the sight glass, what color is it?
Right.
Oh, kind of that purple red? What does the purple red on the side of the sight glass say?
There's moisture in here.
What does it say?
Caution.
Caution! What does that mean?
Something
There's
bad.
probably some moisture in it, right? Okay. All right, so Justin, let's roll over our nitrogen cylinder. We're going to bring our nitrogen cylinder over here because what we're going to do is double evacuate. Yeah, I know this isn't quite nice for this.
What's your problem?
All right, so let's just turn around the other way here. Just here's our connection here. All right, let's pull it back. Okay, that's good. All right, let's go ahead and take our yellow hose. Let's connect it to our nitrogen cylinder.
Lost your phone? Somebody call it for me. Is it on vibrate?
In here still.
It's on Sunday.
Maybe it's on one of the machines.
What do we have?
He lost his phone over there.
Oh.
Or
What's that? All right, so this is what we're gonna do, all right? We're gonna open up our nitrogen cylinder, so I want you to understand that the nitrogen cylinder is under a lot of pressure, okay? And so we're just gonna crack it open, because you got a small little diaphragm right here, right? And so if there she blows, you don't wanna stand in front of it. So you always
following
wanna
it.
stand to the side of it, okay? All right. All right, you open it, now give it a turn or so, open. All right, so let's take a look at this thing here. I'm gonna turn this around so you guys can kind of see it here. All right, I got 2 gauges on it, okay? So basically, this gauge right here is gonna give me the cylinder pressure, okay? This is the gauge I'm gonna use right here where I'm gonna dial in my working pressure, okay? How much working pressure do I wanna have on this?
a couple pounds, right?
Okay, well, I'm gonna put a couple pounds in here, right? But what I'm gonna do is, this is kind of really hard to read because the scales are so small, right? So I'm gonna be looking at this inner scale. This inner scale is gonna be red, and that's gonna be what? PSI, okay? So Justin, what I want you to do is I want you to take this regulator right here, and I want you to just tighten it until we get, let's say, about 20 PSI of working pressure on this other gauge.
It seems,
Kind of there?
yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Okay. All right, so let's purge the center hose. Right here. We're gonna get all the non-condensables out of that hose, so all we have is just dry nitrogen go into our system. All right, that's good. Close her up. All right, let's go ahead and open our yellow hose. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the dry nitrogen into the low side of our system. So I'm gonna open this all the way. Once we open it, what I want you guys to do is watch this gauge. When this gauge, the high side gauge, goes up to 0, what do I wanna do? Close it.
Okay.
All right, go for it. All right, let's go ahead and close the center hose. Close the nitrogen cylinder. remove the center hose. Alright, so let's now back off the pressure. So let's just go the opposite way, release the pressure that's on the regulator there. Nice and loose?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go, perfect. Let's get that out of our way. We're gonna put that back to our truck, right? And then we're gonna wait a minute or so. Alright, so now what are we gonna do? Yeah, you do. What's logic gonna tell you the next time we're gonna do to double evacuate?
Twice.
Full vacuum on the nitrogen.
Pull back on the nitrogen. So when I'm ready to start my vacuum pump, what do I need to do? Well, I'm at atmospheric pressure, right? And this is telling me I'm at atmospheric pressure. So I'm gonna open my gas ballast valve. So go ahead and do that, because I'm gonna release that nitrogen that's in there, right? So go ahead and all right, perfect. Now what I'm gonna do? Turn on the vacuum pump. Now what? Open the black hose. Open the low side and open the high side. Now let's watch our micron gauge. When I get down below 3,000 microns, what do I want to do?
A lot of moisture coming out of there.
Yeah.
A lot of vapor.
Close the gas ballast valve. Okay?
It's like a mist, huh, almost.
Huh? There you go. Gas ballast valve. It's going to do and it's going to preserve the oil. New. Like this. Yeah. It's not new on the old machine.
It's pretty cool that it doesn't make it go through the oil when you have that switch on.
Well, yeah, it like saves your oil, man.
See how that?
I don't think
What's
I
all
don't think
this
you need to
smoke
change it
coming out
every
of
time.
here?
What's that?
I don't think you need to change this one every
Oh, that's
time.
all that nitrogen.
And it's sealed, you know, like it's completely sealed off. So like even if it's in the truck, it's not absorbing anything.
All right, where are we in our gauge here? Oh, okay.
8,000.
Here we go.
Man, there's a lot of vapor coming out of there still.
All right, so go ahead and close the gas ballast valve. What do we evacuate to?
500 microns.
500 microns.
You know, I bought a lot of that field piece stuff. I have all that shit, right? But what bothers me is like they don't make it here, dude. Like most of it's like Taiwan or China, dude. It's like why?
Well, Taiwan.
Taiwan's good.
Taiwan's good. They have awesome manufacturing.
Yeah.
They have a minimum wage there, so it's not
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah.
And they're not communists.
Right. Yeah. They're awesome, but I mean they're based right here. They're real expensive. Those are like $500, and my recovery machine was like $800 or $900. It wasn't cheap. But I think the Appian costs more.
Really?
Yeah. But I think it's made here. That's why. You know? I'm not sure though.
You shut this off first, and it'll activate into the system, right? So you want to leave this running, start isolating all those valves. And then shut this off last. In reverse, when you start to evacuate, right? You want this on first, and then start opening all of it, right? You want to create that vacuum. All right, what does the micron gauge say? 860. 860, okay. This is super smart class. That's super smart.
He's gonna put it on YouTube for us.
What's the number below?
What's that?
The number below the 800.
I don't know. What's this? What's the number below it? The pressure or what is that?
All right, that's per minute.
Per minute?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's nifty.
Per minute.
That doesn't mean much. Unless you're kind of counting how long it takes to pull a vacuum. But, you know, the most important thing is the microns.
So I was reading the one I bought. It's cool. It has an alarm, so like when you reach 500, like you could be doing something else, like you said, and then you know to go back to your machine.
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. All the new field piece stuff will talk to each other.
Yeah.
You know, you get those digital gauges. They talk to the little sensors you can get when I use the server.
Yeah, I got the multimeter, and you can put it in the walk-in cooler and be on the roof, and it sends the temperature signal from the cooler to your digital gauges. It's pretty cool.
That's a whole new process for me, let me tell you. Like I say, you know, those days of beer can coal are over, right? Long over.
It's tightening
Yeah.
the lid
Oh, we'll take the glass
On its own?
for you.
from the vibration.
Yeah, like the 5 CFM one has a AC motor, and the one I got, the 8 CFM, has a DC motor. But they're about the same loudness. I mean,
One and 2 microns.
no. I think we got to change those filter dryers.
Well, I know that. Okay, that's my next purchasing. Is new receivers, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the filter dryers so they're going to be a thread instead of sweating them on there.
Good
So
idea.
it'll be easy for us to change them.
Yeah.
But this is basically how we bought them: pre-pipe with dryer sight glass.
Mhm.
And so the factory just lets them all on.
Tried giving a couple hard time.
Yeah. It's better it's sweated on that because it doesn't leak.
All right,
Those
so
compression
to
things
save
always-
some time here,
Eventually they will.
we're going to say we're at 500 microns because I want to get the system charged here. So Justin, go ahead and isolate the system.
Especially next to the compressor, the vibration. Probably put Loctite on it or something.
Or you
All
can
right, turn
reverse
off the vacuum pump.
one thread.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you say, we got moisture in it, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and valve off our micron gauge. So close the ball valve. Go ahead and turn off the micron gauge. So we're gonna call it 765 microns, okay? Let's disconnect our vacuum pump. So go ahead and unplug it. All right, cord goes right across the top here. Remember to put that stuff back. Remove the evacuation hose. Let's put the cap back on there and let's take the vacuum pump and put it over in our little rig. Put our scale back up on the deck here. And then let's go get our refrigerant cylinder. Let's connect our center hose to the refrigerant cylinder. All right, so I'm going to put my initial charge of refrigerant in this particular system, all right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to put liquid on the high side. Why are we going to put liquid on the high side? Because it's going to charge it faster, okay? So how am I going to get liquid out of this cylinder?
Flip it upside down.
Turn it upside down, right? So let's go ahead and turn it upside down.
Yes.
And then as we turn it upside down, let's open up the valve here.
Open this first.
Turn it sideways.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't make any
You're gonna
difference,
vent it
paper or
anyways.
liquid, okay? Now, if it was 400 refrigerant, I'd make sure it's upside down before I do that,
Yeah.
okay?
Don't you need to purge the lines though?
Yes, you do. All right, so let's go ahead and purge our line. No, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna open this up and release some refrigerant. Now, I just wanna tell you, it's upside down, so what's the condition of refrigerant?
Probably be wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Liquid, all right? So you might get a little liquid. Well, let's hold it down here. Okay, close up. Did you get refrigerator in your hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go take it. All right, so while he's doing that, where's our scale?
It's under the refrigerator.
Oh, I'm sorry, where's our remote? That's what I want. The scale remote, where's that? Okay, so this is what I want you guys to do. I want this system charged with 1 pound, 4 ounces of refrigerant. How am I going to do that?
Don't you need to purge the other line first?
What line? I purged everything I need to purge.
Well, we're gonna, so we have 18.425 ounces, 18 pounds, 4 1/4
So what am I
ounces.
going to end up with?
So we need,
17 decimals.
Oh!
it does it yourself, right? You
Ah,
can
there you go. Let's zero this sucker
Yeah.
out. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll wait for Justin to come back.
Wait a minute, now you
Well,
now
you
you
just
added
put it
weight
off,
to the
though.
scale.
Oh no! So let's go zero this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're touching it though.
Well, let's see. Well, how good we're going to do that.
Put it on the side of
All right,
your,
well,
there
let's
you
do it
go.
up here. How about that? Okay.
Now we're ready.
Now we're ready. All right, we're waiting for you, Justin. All right, so we're going to put how many?
1 pound.
1 pound,
4 ounces.
4 ounces.
1/4.
All right, so we zeroed this out for you, so it makes it really easy. So when you open up the yellow hose, now what we're going to do is we're going to put the refrigerant into the high side of my system. So let's go ahead and open this, and then we're going to watch our scale. And when we reach 1 pound, 4 ounces, close the high side valve.
Just turn it off.
Ready?
All right, yeah. Oh, overshot that. Okay, let's let our system set for a minute, okay? And after a minute or so, then we're going to turn it on.
So when you let it set like that, is it because you put liquid in? And you don't
Yeah,
want-
and basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna let it start to permeate the system and vaporize a little bit and that kind of stuff. Let's go ahead and turn on. Turn on the refrigeration system. Let it run for a minute. Let our pressures stabilize. And then we'll read the pressures on our gauges. All right, let's take a reading of our gauges. What do we need?
You move this, the remote of the scale a little bit. That's in the way.
About 35 PSI.
You ask me or telling me?
Tell
You still sound like you're asking me.
telling you.
Okay, 35, right? What's our high side gauge read?
About 120.
Okay. So, Justin, I want you to adjust our refrigerant charge, and I want you to add another 5 ounces of refrigerant. How am I going to do this?
On the scale, right?
Zero out your scale.
Is that on the scale?
I ask me or telling me?
The low side of the system.
The low side of the system. Why do I want to put it in the low side of the system, Brady?
Putting vapor into it.
Well, I got to, right? Because
Yeah.
why?
The compressor's running.
What about
That's
that,
the
Steve?
vapor side.
You don't want
That's
liquid in the
liquid side.
compressor. Right?
Well, on a 400 refrigerant, sorry, it's still
Yeah.
going to be upside down, okay? With 134A, I can put vapor. But why do I have to go on the low side of my system when I'm adjusting my charge?
The pressure is lower than the pressure inside the refrigerant
Right,
system.
because it's sa-
Absolutely.
it's saturated.
So, Brady, what is the pressure of my refrigerant cylinder?
I don't have my chart.
Do you have your app?
No. You never told me
Oh.
about
What was the
it.
app again?
You still haven't told us
What was
about
it
the
called?
app. You mention an app and you
Ah.
don't tell us the name.
Okay, all right. So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna get out your temperature pressure charts, old school.
Okay.
Okay.
Vapor?
Yes, paper. And I want you guys. What's the room temperature in here?
75 probably.
It's okay, 75 degrees. So if it's 75 degrees,
134 or 75.
134 at 7. Oh, it's
what's my cylinder pressure?
about 70, 77-ish, 78. 78 PSI.
71.
Huh?
77.1.
If it's 75 degrees,
Yeah. So 71.
I'd say 78 because it's 77.1 for 74, right?
Yeah. 77.1.
All right, so what's the pressure? 78. Will 78 pounds overtake my low side pressure?
No.
Huh?
Your low side? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I was thinking high side.
All right, so Justin, let's flip the cylinder upright. We need some vapor here.
So zero it out. Zero it out.
Yeah, you can zero it out.
Yeah.
Or we can add on to it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 5 ounces. 5 ounces of vapor goes where, Justin?
It's the hose.
Good.
Oops, sorry, man. Gotta open the tank.
Right now, open the low side now.
The low side. Now watch your. As soon as you get there, turn it off. What, 4? What did you say? 4?
5.
5 ounces.
Yeah, 1 right now.
Yeah. 1.5, 1 3/4, 2 ounces.
Are we good?
We're getting there.
Said
We're at
3.
3.
Wow.
Paper takes a little longer.
Paper takes a little.
Paper takes a little
I thought
longer
you said
than-
paper takes a little longer. I don't know. That's right, because they gotta find their paper charts. Right?
So we could though, because it's 134, we could use the sight glass, right? If you wanted to fill it up all the way. Yeah.
It's a little bit much for this application.
For this one?
That's right out.
Save it. You said you're saving the refrigerant.
All right, good. Close the cylinder.
Sorry. I'm in your way, man.
All right, so is it closed? All right, I want you to clear the center hose of refrigerant. What do I do? No. I'm
Open
going
up.
to open up my low side. Watch the needle bump, okay? Barely bump, right? Did you see that little deflection? All right, close it up. Because that was the cylinder pressure refrigerant left in this hose. Take the hose off. All right, good. Yeah, oh yeah. That should have been closed first, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay?
I got one there.
But we're okay because...
I said I forgot about that.
No, I knew it, but I didn't want to say nothing. You know.
All right, let's go ahead and let's remove our refrigerant cylinder here. Let's go ahead and turn off our scale, turn off our remote, return the remote back to the scale, we'll move that out of our way. For all you inquiring minds, go to your app store, Apple or Google, whatever you have. This is the temperature pressure chart. I want to see if you're going to put it back in there.
Upside down.
Ah, here you go. Right, you want to protect the face, right? All right. So, on your lab 13, I give you 3 data sheets, okay? We're going to use one data sheet right now because I want you guys to get practice on taking measurements of temperature, okay? So the first off we got to do is record what? Our high side pressure and our low side pressure. So let's go read those gauges here and let's record our high side and low. Why do I need that? Why do I need to know my pressure, my high side, my low side pressure? Temperature. What temperature? Well, it's going to help me. But what temperature is my gauge is going to tell me?
The saturated temperature.
The saturated suction temperature and the saturated discharge temperature, right? All right. So, this is what we're going to take. I want you guys to watch. We're going to take evaporator superheat. We're going to measure the suction line right around the bulb for a thermostatic expansion valve. You can take it here, you can take it here, okay? This is going to be evaporator superheat. We're going to take compressor superheat. Compressor superheat is on the suction line. Where on the suction line is it? The inlet to the compressor. This is called compressor superheat, or sometimes referred to as total superheat. Discharge superheat is going to be where? Discharge line. Sucker right here. Then we're going to take 2 subcooling readings. We're going to take condenser subcooling. Condenser subcooling is going to be taken at the outlet of the condenser. Then we're going to take total subcooling. Total subcooling is going to be taken at the inlet of the metering device. So, let's get our, let's go grab the clamp. You're still up.
Can I tag someone else in?
This is tape me? Yes. All right, Wyatt, come on out. Ah.
I knew it.
All right, let's go grab our clamp.
Can I tag him back in?
All right, good. All right, so let's take a look at the end of the thermocouple here. Okay.
You got it? What was that?
So let's
It was
go
an
over
open
where
lemon chair.
Oh.
And so the see the tip side, back side, back side goes in there. So go ahead and insert.
Well, Brady was one of them. I forgot.
No, right here. All right, so let's go ahead and put this to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So just put the dial.
We're gonna do all the temperatures we need off the lines for our calculations.
So what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and put the clamp right here. All right, let's make sure that we get it out nice and snug there, okay? So that the metal is actually reading it very nicely.
Should it be going down there?
No, it shouldn't. It should stay there. What do we got?
65.5.
65.5 is the reading for what? Okay, so it's going to be the suction line at the evaporator. I've given you 2 slots for that, right? What does it say on the chart? I forgot. Okay, so when I have right down the actual suction temperature, evap and compressor, right? Evap goes here, compressor goes there. All right, good. So let's move that down over here. Over here?
Right here?
Yes.
Wait, so that was what?
65.5.
For this
All right, that kind of nice and snug here?
I'm not.
For the evaporator.
All right, so what's our compressor superheat reading? I should say, not superheat
I'm gonna
reading,
take a
but
picture
actual
of-
temperature
I'll
line.
video it when we're all done.
73 degrees
I'm gonna
Fahrenheit.
send it to everybody in the email.
All right, so let's go ahead and do discharge superheat. All right, we're going to have to get the other thermocouple because that line is too small for this. All right.
Oh, I gotta like redo it?
Yeah, so you gotta take
Unplug
that
it?
out and put the little wire in.
Do you have to turn the meter off when you change, or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Okay. No, doesn't matter.
So the little wire's gonna touch?
Undo the wire first.
Yeah, undo the.
Be a good idea. Let's probably get mad.
The whole spool?
No, there's part of it.
You got enough?
A little more. All right. So let's go ahead and let's just stick this in here. Don't touch it. It's hot.
Thank you.
You know
Oh,
what you
yeah.
need for that? I thought about that last semester, semester before. Closed it. Because it won't conduct anything into the wood.
Right.
So you
And you're
just
holding
hold
it
it
right.
right
That's
in
a great
place.
idea. All right, what's our reading, Wyatt?
100.
100?
Yeah. Right in there. Keeps going up and down right in there.
The condenser.
Yeah, it should be hotter than that, right? There you go.
There we go.
What's it at now?
115. It's still going up.
Still
though.
going up. 120.
Yeah.
I don't know, monkey with it too much. All right, what do we all call it?
118.
118.
18.
All right, so let's go ahead and do our condenser subcooling. Do I have the strap down there? I want to go ahead and put that in there.
700.
Is that what you got too?
Well, it's going to be more.
Let me get over there.
We got Wyatt.
It's fluctuating pretty. 84? 84? No, it's fluctuating a lot.
You can probably
Should I
just hold
put some
on to it
pressure
right
on
there.
it?
Put some pressure on
Okay.
it.
No, just hold it. What are you going to call it?
95.
95?
yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move it up here. what do you got?
82.
82 degrees.
That's the evaporator. Degree.
Total, is that, which one is that?
That's going to be
Total subcooling. Total subcooling.
All right, good. So, Maya,
You said 82?
I want you to clear the high side hose for me. Grab your wrench. What do I want to close?
The high side.
Good. Which way am I going to move the wrench?
Counter.
Close it.
Counterclockwise.
Good. Now, are you looking at counterclockwise?
You got all the
this way or that
temperatures?
way?
Doesn't matter.
No,
Yeah.
Huh?
Doesn't matter.
You got,
Yeah, it does.
I thought it was the same.
you got all the temps?
Well, no, I'm.
Let me put it on the
okay.
video.
Yeah, but you did it like this,
I'm
right?
gonna send it to everyone.
Which way am I going?
You're gonna be famous, Jess. Alright, cool.
Clockwise.
Oh, darn it.
Darn it.
We're at the hour mark.
Okay, because when I turn it upside down like this, now when I start cranking on it, this valve is actually going to be going counterclockwise, even though it looks like I'm going clockwise, because it's upside down.
But the
All right.
valve is down. But the valve is still
The valve is
counterclockwise,
upside down.
But it's counterclockwise. to the
It's
valve.
still counterclockwise. I know, that's why I say, if you look at it, all right, this is my valve connection, right? So if I hold it like this,
You getting it?
I'm going to look at it like a clock. Which way am I applying the force?
I'm gonna send the video to everybody. I'll recommend you watch it because
Alright.
that's
Those
the
are on
whole, yeah, that's the whole thing right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Alright? Alright, clear the hose.
Do
Open the,
You can take it off. Yep. There you go.
shouldn't we have like passed it over to the low side first or?
Doesn't make any
No,
difference.
no.
Okay, because as long as I got like low off steady and I need that hose,
Yeah, it's fine.
the refrigerant's going to stay in that hose.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright, and then open the low side,
Yes. And?
high side,
Yes.
at the same time.
Yes.
And then wait for it to then close it back up.
So when the low side needle stops moving and the high side needle matches the low side pressure, pressure is equal,
Yeah.
all right, close it up. All right, so let's go ahead and close our low side and remove the low side hose. Yeah, don't change it, right?
Yeah. I was just trying to get
No,
them on there.
you got it, okay. No? All right, take the low side hose off.
Good job, Wyatt.
Thank you.
All right, let's just set that down for right now. Let's put the caps back on our refrigeration system. All right, just spin your time for this stuff, all right? Okay, let's go ahead and turn off our refrigeration system and let's secure the rest of our equipment. So we'll kind of detach the hoses here. Let's put the low side hose back on the gauge there. And we'll go ahead and turn off the meter here.
Are they setting up?
Are you ready to set up?
They're really starting to set up right now. I was
We have
waiting,
the
I was
pumpkin
waiting
patch
over there,
tonight.
waiting for them to see when they would start setting up. And people are really
It's
starting
for
to
the
show up.
school. People can bring their kids and trick or treat, whatever. I know my son's dad's gonna bring my son right now, so. spots. I called my dad, come down here, hang out with him.
Yeah, let's take this off here and let's just coil this hose.
Guess though, you don't want it? Hold it, baby.
All right, any questions? What I want you to do for homework is calculate those superheats and subcoolings. So when you come in on next Tuesday, you're gonna have all those numbers calculated. And of course, we recorded all those numbers, right?
Yeah, you did 1.5 and then you did 4 more. 1.5.
Any questions?
It was 1 pound 9 ounce.
Is this, ultimately, I think that's what I ended up getting.